I was recently just reading New Earth by Edgar Tolle, and he was talking about how some reptiles eventually grew feathers and they learned how to fly. And it's not that they tried to become better at walking or running, they just transcended it altogether. The reason I share this is because right now in your life, there is a calling for you to transcend the stories, the limitations, the doubts, the fears that have held you back for way too long. And no longer are you taking the approach of trying to fight and become a better walker. You are now ready to fly. You are now ready to understand how it is we can actually transcend those thoughts and access this infinite well of power, this limitless potential, the soul essence that you are that is boundless. The next few months of your life are requiring you to tap in to your inner power in a way that you never have before. And here's the thing, it gets to be easy. And I'm going to break down why it is that it gets to be easy, how it is we can actually access this inner power, and what happens in that moment. I've been going to the gym and running, and I fell in love with Peloton Tread and specifically taking classes with Jess King. She has this way of really pushing you to your edge where you're getting very familiar with the stories, the doubts, and the shadows, and then you transcend them and you access this infinite well of power that allows you to run in a way that you didn't even think that you were capable of. That, coupled with reading Eckhart Tolle's work again, Power of Now, New Earth, I am having full-blown realizations, downloads about how limitless we are as beings and how it is we access that limitless potential, that infinite nature. And today I wanted to come on here and make a video because right now you are also stepping into a chapter where you are meant to devote yourself to something. You are being called to lock in, to do the thing that you always wanted to do, to care for yourself in the way that you always wanted to care for yourself. There is a moment of recognizing your personal needs, your desires that are no longer up for negotiation. And with that, you are going to evolve. You are going to transcend limitations. You are going to learn that you can fly. So how is it that we do this? We do this by remembering that we are the observer. When thoughts would arise of doubts or fears or stories that you're not capable or that you can't do the thing, what tends to happen if we are unconscious is that we identify with those stories. The thoughts come up and all of a sudden, the thought of I can't do this or I'm not capable becomes our identity. We attach to it and we say, I am not capable. And we live in such a loving, benevolent universe that the universe says, wow, they want to experience not being capable. Conspire, send the synchronicities, align with the people, give the signals to the body, do whatever you got to do so that they can experience, I am not capable. And this is what happens when we are unconscious, when we are not separating our thoughts, our emotions from who it is we truly are. So the way that you access your power is by creating distance, by understanding that you are the observer. And when you create that distance and you have the thoughts arise, and instead of attaching and identifying and getting so wrapped up in the dramas of your mind, you let go. As if you were watching a cloud passing in the sky, you observe it and you come back to your awareness. You come back to your center. What you will find is that when you create that distance, you open up space to experience who it is you truly are because you're detaching from the illusion of what the mind wants to convince you that you are. And in that space is infinite potential, is the emergence of your soul essence. And that soul essence is love, it is peace, it's joy, it's infinite power, it is abundance. It is a frequency that is so inherent to your being that we forget that it's just who we are. So the effort is in the letting go. It's in the observing and releasing. But when I'm on the treadmill and I'm running and I'm at a speed and she's saying that we're going to go for 5 minutes at this speed, and my mind immediately is like, I don't know if I can do this. And then I observe, like clouds in the sky, I don't fight the darkness. I give it space to just be. I then transcend those limitations and I bump up into a higher level of consciousness that grants me access to a deeper connection to who I truly am. And this is why the devotional practice that you're committing to, that you are pouring your heart and soul into, is so much more than the creation. It is who you are becoming in the process. And here's the thing, it gets to be easy. When I say it gets to be easy, what I'm meaning is that in the past, you were mustering up this grit and this determination to fight those limiting thoughts. And it was draining. That's what causes burnout. When we think that those thoughts are something that we need to fight, no longer when those thoughts arise, are we fighting them? Are we trying to solve the problem from the same level of consciousness that created it? What we are now doing is creating distance from those thoughts, where we are entering into an elevated state of consciousness. And when you enter into that elevated state of consciousness and you create that distance by simply observing, by remembering that you are the one witnessing it, you transcend the limitations and you open yourself up to experience more of your infinite nature. And that infinite nature allows things to just flow. There's such a difference in, let's say, being on the treadmill and having those thoughts come up that are telling you can't do it or that you're not safe, and just fighting them and telling them to shut up and shoving them in a corner and proving it wrong through that grit and determination. That is the outdated way of accessing power. The new reality that we are stepping into, that is the biggest invitation from this video, is that when you are having those thoughts arise, this is not about fighting anything. It is about transcending the need to fight at all by understanding that those thoughts are an illusion. Why fight? Just observe, allow it to be, and then remember what is actually true. This is when you access your infinite well of power, but you also open yourself up to become a channel for these divine energies. And that is when you will shock yourself with what it is that you are capable of. And this is how we let it be easy, because no longer are we using grit and determination to get through it. We are allowing the universe to come in and assist us. And what I have found is that when I am running on the treadmill, I keep prompting the universe, show me how powerful I am. Show me how capable I am. So now it is your turn to be the observer. Prepare to shock yourself with what it is that you are capable of. This is a new era of you. Observe, remember that you are the witness. Connect to that soul essence and allow the universe to come in and assist you. And watch how easy it is. I'm making videos every single day for the next 30 days. So hit that subscribe button and I'll see you tomorrow.